Chad Hanson, forest ecologist with the John Muir Project, handles a giant sequoia seedling in the Sierra National Forest. Nature's got this covered. But that's exactly what some are advocating. On a sweltering summer afternoon, Chad Hanson walked among fire-killed ponderosa pine, white fir and incense cedar in the Stanislaus National Forest near Yosemite National Park. After the 2013 rim fire, the Forest Service logged and replanted a portion of the hillside, but for whatever reason, much of the obliterated landscape was left untouched. For Hanson, a research ecologist and anti-logging activist with the nonprofit John Muir Project, that's a good thing. Walking past a replanted field filled with stumps and slash debris, he approached a patch of fire-killed trees. Noting the contrast, he points to a green sea of naturally regenerating saplings that sprouted beneath the charred black trees. The forest is reforesting itself naturally without a single dime being spent by the taxpayers, said Hanson. Nature's got this covered. It doesn't need any help from us. Hanson, who has repeatedly sued the Forest Service to block reforestation projects, argues that logging and other site preparation often used in replanting damages soils and deprives ecosystems of nutrients from decaying wood. While some environmental groups say burned forests will recover on their own, many ecologists and land managers fear that won't apply to the most devastated landscapes. The debate around reforesting has centered on whether massive stretches of recently burned forest will recover without help from humans. Environmental groups such as the Sierra Club and Center for Biological Diversity have opposed almost all forestry interventions that include logging, such as efforts to thin forests or even replant. The use of chainsaws to cut down trees prior to intentionally burning a stand, known as prescribed fire, is the major acceptation. However, many top ecologists believe that without logging and vegetation removal, newly planted areas will become littered with deadfall and highly flammable shrubs, inviting future destructive blazes. There's a concern among longtime, highly respected foresters and ecologists that, if these fire-blasted landscapes re-burn too quickly, they'll have little chance to recover on any timescale meaningful to humans. There are ways to work your way out of this, but you'll need some level of logging and aggressive management, said Bill Stewart, forestry specialist and co-director of Berkeley Forests at UC Berkeley. Even the highly regulated national parks are now exploring whether to replant landscapes hard hit by fire. Land managers at the Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks watched thousands of giant sequoia burn up in wildfire last year. Flames threaten groves again this year as the KNP Complex and Windy fires advance toward the cherished giant forest, home to General Sherman, reportedly the world's largest tree by volume. Christy Brigham, chief of resources management and science at Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks, said she's now in the process of evaluating whether to replant several groves of the ancient trees burned in the 2020 Castle fire. We've never had to do that in 100 years of history, Brigham said. It's unprecedented. Complicating the issue, reforestation is still an evolving science.